This is a study of world artist Solomon Wamisigo of the Hog Ranch Art Department, former co-artist of the world-famous photographer Peter Hale Beard.
Hi Maurits, this is the place that you did the painting of Nuru, myself and Tabitha. This is where all the stories were told, and still the same. I thought you'd like to have that. And that's the famous mud bath, and that's how it is.
Working on a painting end of March this year, a painting of the Hog Ranch, and shortly after I finished it, 31st of March, I heard the news that Peter Beard went missing, and at that moment I felt I needed to post the painting I made of the Hog Ranch on Instagram. I think I tagged Iman Daily. And as a result, someone responded to the painting, Solomon, and he told me he liked it very much, that it captured the essence of the Hog Ranch, and that Peter Beard would have loved it because of the colors. But I didn't know who Solomon was, so we got to talk, and then I understood he was the main artist who framed the pictures that Peter Beard made of the wildlife. And we had a click, we started to talk more and more. Then he found out that I visited the Hog Ranch several times with Lucy, and he was surprised we never met. We continued talking, and eventually he told me he was made redundant, and that he was no longer working for Peter Beard, that he had been made redundant years before by Neshma, Peter Beard's wife, and that now he was basically struggling. So he noticed that I was also involved in art, and then we got to talk about how to continue art and how we could do this together. So I explained him about one of the books I had written, a book where I discuss my philosophy of model platonism, which is basically a philosophy that explains how you frame messages and how bad this could be for the perception of a picture. And we developed this idea of translating model platonism into art, and we worked out a plan, and now we're actually active in projects with Dutch artists, and he's also designing covers of, in this case, my book, and therefore he has a collaboration with a Dutch publisher. So that's in short, this is how I met Solomon.
At the commander's house and at Hog Ranch, and I'm excited to have these memories of my days since 2018. And this commander's house, and this Mburu, the son, this cottage. When Mburu was here, when he was circumcised, he lived here. So this commander's house, I was staying for almost 7 good months, and I'm happy to have the memories back. Yes. Thank you.
The writings are mine, everything,
Suffering and smiling. Chorus. This is a word from Mario. Mario was saying, every day you chorus is about money. Chorus is about issues of salary. So, yeah, it was like a school. And fighting every time. People are fighting every time. Thank you to keep this one. Hata ukama nisahau. This one was fighting Gabriel. You see this bone here? This bone, one wanted to beat Gabriel with this bone. They were fighting. They almost. Gabriel ran away.
Well, good afternoon, Solomon. Tomorrow I'm going to go to south of France to a collector and a friend of Peter, and he asked me to share some more background information about life at Hog Ranch, the art department, Peter, etc. So, and of course the framing. So, can you tell me a little bit more about the embellishment? Where did it originate from? Who started it? And so on.
Yes, thank you, my friend, for this. The embellishment that I hear that started with Kamante, who was the famous cook of Karen Dixon. Karen Dixon was a friend to Peter, very close friend to Peter. She had a book whereby it was a recipe book of the kitchen. And this book, Karen wanted to draw little stories around the book, showing the African cuisine and the African wildlife, just creating like a decoration around it and telling a little stories about it. So Kamante was the one who was doing little African childish drawings around the book, and from that book, Peter, as a friend to Karen, I think he saw the book. I think the art from Karen's book inspired Peter to start decorating his photos to embellish around it. Peter started the word embellishment. So every time we around Peter's photo, he said we have embellished at the book like that. But the initial style started with Kamante.
Yeah.
Kamante got the book of Karen Dixon here in Kenya. So I think as I read Peter's books also, the style from Kamante came from Kamante's side to Mwangi and Kiboi, and then the rest of us, the new artists, we started also our own. We were decorating Peter's photos through the inspiration of Kamante from Karen allowing production this book. And the other book for Karen Dixon, which was the recipe book in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how the whole idea came. Peter to be decorating his photos to tell for us telling the story Africa and the wildlife and the ecosystem, the diminishing wildlife and ecosystem, and just following his story. Peter was giving us a story and telling us to do what he wanted. Like you needed people like having cameras, photographing like him. You needed accidents in the creating scenes which are scary. You needed a little bush animals, elephants, lions, but you paint it in your own way. You don't copy, just like doing it in a childish way, like expressing our ideas as an artist. We needed our own ideas to make the whole photo interesting.
Yeah.
And that's how we were doing.
So basically, Kamante was drawing on the cookbook of Karen Blixen. Peter visited Karen in Denmark. Karen told this story, shared the example. Peter went to look for Kamante in Africa to become part of his life, to invite him over to his place and to be part of the Hog Ranch. And then Kamante by himself started to make little drawings on photos by Peter. Kamante started to make little drawings on photos of Peter.
When Kamante was taken by Peter to Hog Ranch after Karen died, Peter took Kamante to his Hog Ranch camp.
Yeah.
And then Kamante as its cook now. Kamante was doing little jobs around and also cooking in Peter's kitchen as his cook. So apart from that, I was giving him some photos and envelopes for him to do little drawings around it. And that's where he got people like Kiboi, who was his friend, and Mwangi. Mostly Kiboi was the one helping Kamante, doing little drawings around the photos of Peter and the envelopes. Envelopes for Peter. He started with envelopes when he was sending letters to his friends worldwide. So the decoration around the envelopes was Kiboi and Kamante, and also Mwangi came after that. Also came around the envelopes. From the envelopes, it developed the photos of Peter himself. He introduced the small photos, and the little drawings were being put just on the borders around, tell a little story and some fun to make it look, to create fun on it.
Okay, when Peter saw them drawing on the envelopes, he started after that giving them photos.
Sorry?
When Peter saw them drawing on the envelopes, then shortly after he started to give them photos to draw.
Yes.
Yeah.
We draw around it, and when he found it was, I hear from Kiboi, he told me Peter took the photos, giving them, and then when he took them to France, especially he was going to France every time, he went to introduce those kind of art and these photos in an exhibition in France. People liked the whole idea. So Peter came back with a lot of photos for Kiboi and Mwangi to be doing around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's clear.
Now here.
Yeah. No, so continue. Sorry, I interrupted.
So when Peter saw that the idea was good on these photos, that's how when he started a big production of photos for Kiboi, Mwangi, and the son Boy Madenge to be doing around these photos. Yeah. This was from 1996.
Yeah.
From 1996, that's when he picked up the many photos, bringing to Mwangi and Kiboi to decorate. But at this time, Kamante was no more. Kamante died earlier.
So what's the sequence of embellishers? So it started with Kamante, and who came after Kamante?
From Kamante, they came Kiboi and Mwangi plus Madenge, the son of Kiboi.
And then?
But Mwangi and Kiboi started it, and then after like 2-3 years, Madenge joined in. Kiboi called his son Madenge for them to be three, so they were assisting each other. And then, in the 1999, we joined the 10 of us.
Yeah.
When Peter came in 1999, he wanted more local young artists to come and assist in the work because he wanted it to come in a different way. He wanted dots in the photos.
So for the documentary, who were all the people in the short film that Lucy sent? Who were in that film next to you? Remember? Yeah, the documentary, the footage. There was one, you visited the village of which embellisher?
It was a Mwangi.
Oh, Mwangi.
Mwangi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who else was in that video?
It was Mwangi and his son Maina, was my friend Peter Marimbe. There was another one called Nicholas, and friend Mwangi called Gabriel.
Okay, so
Yes.
So if you would summarize now the artists starting with Kamante till the end, and you would summarize only the ones who did substantial work, what's the order then? You have Kamante, and then after?
It was Kamante, and then Kiboy, Mwangi.
Yeah.
Then Kiboy and Mwangi plus Madenge, and then from Madenge, from Kiboy, from the Kiboy Mwangi and Madenge, it was us in 1999.
And us is which names?
In 1999, I started me, Solomon Wamisigo, my brother, Hezbon, who was later on, after 2 years, he was fired by Nazi. And then there was Gabriel. It was there was Peter Marimbe. Peter and Maina joined us after like 6 months.
Okay. And
there was
yeah.
There's a lady called Lucy. Young lady called Lucy. Lucy was a daughter to Peter's nanny. Peter's lady nanny, whom he was taking care of Zara. So
Yeah.
Lucy was the daughter of Peter's nanny. So when Lucy came, Peter told her, "You can also do the dot work." And then there were other guys. I forgot their name. There was a guy called David. There were many mix of young guys there, but others were got fired by Monongi because Monongi was our head. So I remained behind, me, my brother Hezbon, Marimba and Maina came later on, but they joined us after the others were fired. It was a mix of people coming in and going, and going. But for me, I was the one who stayed most of the time. I did not, since 1999 I was there.
Yeah. So the big artists, especially when you look at the attributions, then are still, well, Kamante less because he didn't work much on it. Then Kivoy, Mwange, and you, and who else? The big ones. Just only mention the ones who are really.
Kivoy, Mwangi, Madenge, me, Peter Marimbe, and Maina.
Yeah, and that's it.
Nicola.
Yeah.
There was George.
Yeah.
There was Elizabeth.
Yeah. And those are the ones who really did substantial productions. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's clear. And if you look at the 2 cheetah cubs, the orphan cheetah cubs, that's the beautiful artwork you made entirely as a tribute to Peter Beard. It's really beautiful. It's magnificent. And if you look at the photos you worked on, how many did you work on? So what number of, because one was auctioned for a lot of money, $672,000, if I'm correct, at Christie's. And I was curious, how many did you embellish?
Since I started working at the home with Peter, I cannot count them. we were doing others were so big.
Yeah.
And each year we were getting these photos. We could not count. It was countless. I can not tell you, but if I can just say, approximating how many of the cheetah cubs I've done, they came from in a big, medium, small, and smallest.
Mm-hmm.
And those, I can tell you, I don't want to fake or to tell the lie, but for all those years I worked there, I can put close to, I can say more than 50 pieces.
Yeah, because you worked approximately almost 20 years, eh? You were made redundant in 2018, and you started working there at 2000, year 2000 or before?
Yeah, 1999.
Yeah, 1999. Can you even imagine? So, yeah, 19 years. You worked 19 years for the Hog Ranch Art Department. Yeah.
Yes.
And Peter, how was he in terms of you getting recognized, you people, as artists? What was his opinion about it? Because you are, especially now he's gone, you are hardly mentioned anywhere, or actually you're not mentioned anywhere. What was his view on giving you guys a platform as artists?
Yeah. First of all, let me correct when the cheetah comes. When the cheetah comes, let me just tell you, I can say for those 3 years, this cheetah comes, we did, if not 100, more than 100. Because those are the famous pieces we were doing, and they were coming in smaller pieces, other small, medium, and large, but many small and medium were coming, with a bunch of them coming after every shipment, and I can count there were more than 100. So about Peter's story about organizing us, Peter was no problem for us to be organized, but for me, I feel like there was some kind of secret behind us, because no one wanted us to be, I can say, to be heard, because Peter was kept behind the curtains. Peter wanted to tell us something, but it was not easy for us to, for him, it was not easy for him to tell us, and it was also not easy for us to find out, to ask the management, because there was this confusion. Najma could give us some little papers to work on them, and then she sent to New York. She sent to her there in New York so that it can promote us. So people were waiting for that recognition from Najma, but we could not see anything. She didn't tell us anything. In fact, my own personal artwork also, she has them, more than 50 pieces. My own little drawings. She has never told me anything about this. She told me she's going to introduce it to her friends in New York. But also she told me personally I should not tell Peter about it. I should just keep it my mouth shut. Just do Peter's work, but I should not tell Peter about those artworks, my personal artworks.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a very big doubt about my work. Najma was took original work I was doing.
Yeah. So Najma wanted you to give your private artwork to her. She would so-called take care of it, and you were not allowed to tell Peter. That's what she told?
Yeah.
And
yes.
And did Peter know you made private artworks?
Peter knew I made my own other work, because there's a time I went to him some. In fact, I have a photo of it. I had a small canvas, and paper I painted some good stuff. When he came, I was showing him. But Peter, what he told me, Solomon, all those ideas put in our photograph. Make sure that all the good ideas you have put in our photograph. So Peter could not even write anything on my work. He was just saying, I go and put in these photos. And he could not buy them. I think he was avoided to buy from us. But he was praising them. He was saying, oh, great work. Why can't you just put all the ideas in our photos? We were not allowed to give Peter. Peter could not take our artwork and tell us anything. Najma was controlling everything.
Yeah, wow.
So when you show him your artwork, he just tells you, go and put all the ideas in these photos. Because the photo is said our photograph, our work. So when we were signing it, everyone was proud that belongs to all of us. We had spared all the ideas in, and people recognized us in his photos. He was doing recognition of us in these photos. He did not want us to do others' work aside. And Najma was saying, we do the work so that he can promote us to his friend in New York. Even my former artist, they did some work, few work, they sent there, all of us. But 2 years, we did not see any response, we did not see any feedback. So that's how they get bored.
So she was basically, Nashma was leading you guys on. She would tell you, make your own artworks, give them to me, and I'll promote you in New York. And this never happened. Because what was the end result? What happened to your artwork? All the artworks, the many artworks you have sent to Nashma.
What happened to my artworks?
Yeah. You gave your artworks to Nashma, and then what happened to them?
That was my work. So when I came from Hog Ranch, she chased me from Hog Ranch. I don't know what happened to my art. Maybe she threw in the dustbin. I don't know. It was never paid.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. So, so she never promoted them, and when she sent you away or chased you out, she never gave the artworks back to you. Your artworks.
She never gave me any artwork. You know, the pieces of the gelatin papers. You see these gelatin papers?
Yeah.
She was sending them out. It was her gelatin papers. It was black and the others were white, but they were plain. For those ones, she was instructing me to do my own ideas around it, and then Esther and Elizabeth were just decorating little dots around it. And then she told me with my name. So the papers were hers. She's still with the papers, but up to now I've never known where the artworks went, because she told me she was promoting us.
Yeah.
And all happened, all that transpired. Nashma kept quiet. She has never called me. She has never told me how she was planning. Now that's how I got worried.
Yeah. And how many artworks does she have? How many artworks did you send her?
I can count more than 50 pieces.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Pieces, yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
The time.
So when you worked with Peter at Hog Ranch, he wanted you to be recognized as an artist.
Yes, Peter. To me, I can see he wanted us to be recognized. He wanted me and others to be recognized as artists. But in a way that he was not very open. Peter was not very open to us. He was kind of being told something to hide from us. But to him, he wanted everything to be shared. He wanted us to feel proud. And because every time he was telling us, Solomon, he especially told me one day, Solomon, our art is going to be great. Because there is a painting of Vincent van Gogh. I took him from a newspaper and I showed Peter. I told Peter I like this art because this guy read the story of Vincent van Gogh and I found his art is very nice. Then Peter told me, Solomon, don't worry, our art is going to be great. That it's going to be great. Keep being creative. Keep on being creative. Don't be anxious. Ours will be great, better than that. So he was saying ours. Not his, he was saying ours.
Yeah.
So when he said I was proud of that and I was happy, I was not worried, I knew. And he always said, we are going to be here to be forever. And we are going to be forever, don't worry. Yeah?
Yeah, that's
ours
nice.
will be great. Yeah. So for me, I was confident in Peter, and he wanted us to be recognized in one way. But there was some Peter was being put in a basket, whereby also he was not telling us the real truth. Peter was hiding many stuff from us. He did not want us to know some things. He was careful when he was telling us. And this is what everyone was not happy about. People wanted openness from him, but it's like he was being held by someone, and I am sure Najma was the one who she was the one who was controlling everything.
Yeah.
Najma was telling, even if I work for her, on the photos, she came behind me telling me I should not do work like people, I should not do the fights, I should not do the, she just controls me. You don't do this, just do your own. It was making me wonder, what am I doing?
Yeah, and also, if I remember well, Peter got really angry if you guys followed instructions given by Najma, and he would tell you guys, don't listen to her, she knows nothing.
Peter was telling us, leave alone Najma with the money. We have to be creative. Najma let Najma hold the money, but let us be creative.
Yeah.
That's how she was saying. She said, he was saying, Najma, she has a lot of bullshit about control. She had a lot of, all the time Peter was calling it bullshit.
Yeah.
And sometimes when he said that to me, it was a good meaning to me, because sometimes you see things, and when you see how some people behave, you can also just call it bullshit, because you couldn't understand what we were doing. But I respected Najma so much. She was my boss, and I really appreciate what she did to me in my life. She was a good boss, but controlling too much.
Yeah.
Too much. You cannot speak. You cannot say. She has a lot of regulations, which was not many rules.
Yeah.
Which were not.
And tell us a little bit more about the shoes Peter Beard was wearing, and the ones he gave to you before. Well, the last time you guys met, it's almost, he felt like you would not meet again, and as a symbology of your artistic friendship, he gave those shoes, also referring to Van Gogh, because many paintings Van Gogh made were of shoes. Can you tell us a little bit more about the shoes, because you're also going to work together with Gijs Donker, a Dutch artist, a famous artist who was in a primetime TV program called In Search for Van Gogh, presented by a famous actor in the Netherlands, well, also a former James Bond actor. Well, he was in a James Bond movie, Jeroen Krabbe. So you're going to do some artworks with him, with Gijs Donker. Also the shoes you will collaborate on. So tell me a little bit more about how that happened, how you got the gift presented by Peter, your shoes.
Yeah, the shoes were. The shoes were. I think when he came in 2014, those shoes Peter got from his. There was these security guys who were hired to come and. The shoes are a long story. There were these security guys, local security guys who came. They were 4 in the day and 4 in the night. All of them were 8. And one security guard had those shoes. And then Peter asked, when the security guard came to the fireplace, Peter saw the shoes. And then said, why have you found these shoes? Where did you get them? Then this guy told Peter, this is my shoes, my brother gave them to me. And then Peter said, who is your brother? Then the security guy said, my brother works at Anna Zebinski. Anna Zebinski is a close friend of Peter. And Zebinski, Tonio, was an artist too, and a very, very close friend, neighbor of Peter. So this guard, the brother was working at Anna Zebinski, but he stole those shoes from the stores, from Anna, from the Zebinsky's store. And because this brother of his was looking for a job at Anna, he decided to give the brother these shoes. So they did not know about the store of the shoes. So it was just like a miracle. This guy was hired. He was called from Anna's place to come, from the Zebinsky's place to come to Hog Ranch to take care of Peter's security guys. Then Peter followed up on these shoes and told this guy, these shoes are mine. And when you got from Anna, I think I left them there years back, sometimes years back, because Peter, when he went to Kenya, he was the Kenyan wanted Peter away. He ran away because he had committed some offenses. So Peter ran away, and some of his staff went and killed them at Zebinsky's home. So that's where these shoes found the place at Anna Zebinsky. And from that place, this brother to the security guy stole the shoes, gave it to his brother, thinking that it was just mere shoes which were not important. So when Peter came in 2014, he discovered those shoes from this askari who came to guard him. Then it was a very big kind of case, and then Peter snatched the shoes from this guy. He gave it to me, brought me Solomon. He tried to wear the shoes because they are made out of ostrich skin. In fact, I have them here. They are made out of ostrich skin. This one.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
These shoes they are made out of ostrich skin.
Yeah.
So Peter, you see?
Yeah.
These are the shoes.
Those are Peter's shoes, eh? He wore them.
Yeah. They are made out of ostrich skin.
Yeah.
So Peter tried to wear these shoes, but they were not fitting him. You know, Peter had this big feet.
Yeah.
They were not fitting him. And then he told me to take to the cobbler at Rongai, in the nearby small town of Rongai. Then I went to the cobbler. The cobbler expanded the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
He said to expand like this.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Then he moved to expand the shoes to fit Peter. To fit Peter's feet.
Yeah.
So when I brought the shoes to Peter, yeah, he was using them at Hog Ranch while I was there in 2014. But when he left, he told me, Solomon, these shoes I think they are very good. I don't want them to get lost again. Take care of them and use them in the muddy situation of Hog Ranch. He told me, I'm giving you these shoes. You have to be using them in the muddy situations of Hog Ranch, which I did not know about the muddy situations of Hog Ranch. But Hog Ranch, when it rains, everywhere it was muddy.
Yeah.
Every place just muddy.
Yeah, I remember.
So
yeah.
For me, I started using the shoes, and I found that it was just for me. I saw it was a present of Peter to me. He was happy to give it to me because he told me I take care of them and I have to use them in the muddy situations of the world. So that's how I took them, and I am proud to have them because he gave them to himself.
Yeah.
Telling me to use in the muddy situations of Hog Ranch. But for me, I'm proud to own them because I also have kept them very safe for me. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't use them, but it is a very good memory to me.
Yeah.
When you gave it to me. Yes.
Yeah, that's a nice story.
So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, they're still nice. I've just kept them safe.
Yeah.
And when I wear them, I always think of Peter so much,
Yeah. Do you fit them also? Your shoe size. Do you fit those well?
I fit them well inside well, but Peter's feet were coming out. Peter's feet were so big. These shoes initially,
Yeah.
they kind of shrunk. They shrunk when they were new. Now they shrink.
Yeah.
So they will become small, and the skin also here is shrinking.
Yeah.
But for me, it fits with my feet. But Peter's feet were bigger. Now they've expanded.
Yeah. Well, I have footage of you wearing them. So in some videos. I can really see you. You fit them well. You fit his shoes very well.
Yes.
Thanks, Solomon. This is very good. And when I go to France this weekend, I'm absolutely sure the collector and old friend of Peter will be so happy to. And here's the cat coming. Some yeah, yours are there. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, the house. I'll just show you my cat.
Yeah. Well, this is the closest form of a wild cat. Yeah.
Maybe just a second. I bring my cat, please.
Yeah. Okay. I'll wait.
Just a second.
Waiting for the cat of Solomon. Okay, now they can meet.
This is my cat. This is Neto.
Okay, now I have to tell my cat, hey, don't steal the light of your cat. Oh, that's a lovely cat you have there. It's red or white? Oh no, I see it now. Yeah.
It's a nice one.
It's a
good friend of mine. A nice one.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, it keeps me company. You know, when I'm alone, he's the one who keeps me company. Yeah. Come on.
Did you make the artwork behind you?
Oh, this one is on an iron sheet. I just collected from the ghettos here. It was rotting in the ghettos.
Okay.
So I collected
a cool piece. Very cool piece. Yeah.
Yeah, this was Bob Marley.
Yeah.
It was from a barber shop. So that barber shop was old, very old, with iron sheets. And then I found that piece. I had to get from a guy who gave it to me. It is just an iron sheet.
Yeah. Okay, Solomon. Thanks so much.
Yes.
I will let you know how everything went when I'm back. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say bye to you right now, and we talk very soon. Yeah?
No problem, brother. Thank you.
About to pack an important delivery for a special person in the south of France who bought the artwork of Solomon, the 2 cheetah cups from the tribute series, the Peter Beard tribute series. And he also ordered the book Dutch Decay, which is sealed, as you can see. Yeah. So about to pack it, including the certificate, original certificate. Also sealed. There we go. And again, the book. Also sealed. Here we go. Yeah, tomorrow I will sell the artwork of Solomon Wamisigo, the 2 cheetah cups, to a collector in Cassis. And the reason why I'm here is of course to help out Solomon but also because he is being blocked in every possible way. There were plans to make a documentary about Peter Beard and the co-artists who embellished the photographs of Peter, and who hardly got any attribution. Of course they got attribution in terms of the photographies that were auctioned, but other than that they have never been mentioned. And Solomon is one of them. And the whole idea to create a documentary to do justice towards these co-artists was a very good idea, actually. I supported it completely, and after preparing it to a group of people, the aristocracy in the US, so the important families who are connected to the media, did everything in their power to stop this documentary. And in that way they did everything to block Solomon Wamisigo from following his own path after the death of Peter Beard. And I'm very happy that we continued and he is now being recognized, and that we're able now to make a fantastic sale, selling one of the artworks of Solomon. I know Solomon from the Hog Ranch. He's been working for Peter Beard for more than 20 years, and we got to talk about the philosophy behind framing. He used to embellish purely aesthetically for Peter Beard. However, I told him about the philosophy of framing a message, referring to the philosopher Hans Albert. The philosophy is called model Platonism, and Solomon got that really well, and he decided to continue framing photos and paintings, but now not only from an aesthetical point of view, but also from a contextual point of view. So again, we will continue the journey, and I say cheers to Solomon. The first one. As you can see, your artwork has arrived. Okay, now we wait a little bit. Okay. Et voilà. Donker, and as we can see, those are the shoes Peter Beard gave to Solomon as a symbol for filling his shoes, and of course it refers to Van Gogh, because Van Gogh used to paint shoes on several occasions. And Gijs Donker, he was part of a Dutch TV series under the name Krabbe zoekt Van Gogh, which is a primetime TV show, and Gijs was asked to paint several locations where Van Gogh
lived and painted. Which locations?
Well, actually it was one location, I mean one town, small towns, Auvers-sur-Loise. That was where he spent his last 3 months of his life, and he painted very intensely. He made almost 100 paintings, I think, in his last 3 months. Is that possible? Yeah. He painted, I think, a painting a day.
Yeah.
And so around and in Auvers-sur-Loise, I painted 4 paintings. One of the train station of Auvers.
Yeah.
I did this train station because I heard Van Gogh didn't do this train station, so I thought, maybe he ran out of time because he died there. So I guess that he had it on his list still. So that's why I painted it for him. And I painted the graveyard. I made 2 paintings, one close up, where you actually see the graves of Vincent and Theo next to each other.
Yeah.
And one broader view where you see also the field where he was shot.
Yeah.
And so that's because that's very close to the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a nice cloudy sky. So I painted a lot of the clouds. So this altogether made it quite a dramatic painting of his last locations, so to say.
So now you're basically gonna do some co-creation with Solomon.
Exactly, and then I thought, Van Gogh had this theme, shoes, which I also copied of him. Already when I started painting, I thought it was funny to also paint my own shoes, because I got inspired by the paintings of Vincent, of course. So every now and then I paint a pair of my own shoes.
Yeah.
So then when this came up, I thought it's nice to paint the shoes of Peter Beard, because they were quite exceptional. They are made of ostrich leather. Ostrich leather, and also the model is quite rare. I think I've never seen them before like these. Very design, I think, Italian style.
Yeah, well, Solomon had a nice story to tell about these shoes, because they got lost at one stage, and then a security guy who later on worked for Peter was wearing them. And Peter noticed that, and then he said, "Hey, give me back my shoes."
Yeah, that's how it goes, yeah.
So he just took back the shoes, and now Solomon is still
wearing them.
Yeah, wearing them. Not all the time, but he still wears them.
It's very good quality.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I thought it's a nice idea that I paint these shoes, and Solomon can paint
around it,
I thought it would be most fair to share the canvas.
Yeah, exactly.
So that we have both the same.
He could also make his own version of the shoes.
Whatever, and then he can make some painting here, and then, or he finishes it, or I finish it afterwards, or whatever.
That will be interesting to see.
But that's the idea. That's why there's so much empty space, because it's supposed to be for Solomon.
And potentially also nice to do with wildlife, nature, Africa, because you've been there a lot yourself. So
we have a lot of
things in common in that sense.
Yes.
Okay, well then we take it from there, and we will see what happens. The end result. Thanks, guys.
Okay, welcome.
Thanks.